Just arrived to our destination. I just went through that shop, but I'm not even gonna ask to go in there and show what's in there because there's some cool fucking cars. But we're here to pick up the 666, and it's rough, but that's what we like. There it is. If this ain't a barn find, I don't know what is, my friends. Have you gone back up there and looked? No gut pile, huh?
No, there's no private there.
Ah.
Across the fucking US highway. I hit him with my 270 like 400 yards.
Good? You're clear?
How much more?
I'd go about another foot. There we go. And we're starting a new project. I'll give you a little tip here. Here's a clue, but it's going to be a lot more than that. So fall is here. 2025 Pacific Northwest, and it's starting to get cold, so we wanted another project. Now I've got a bunch of projects. I shouldn't say that because I've got a series of 1980s through the 80s motocross bikes that I'm going to restore. But as we're finishing up this 67 Nova, I went over to Idaho and saved this terrible body. And I've got every piece of metal to replace, except the roof, the dash, and trunk divider. But I've got everything I need. It's been sandblasted, then left out. So, but most of this is gonna be gone. The roof was, I just actually sprayed a solvent that eats up rust. So we will sand that down today and get that in epoxy. But quarters, I got all new quarters. I'll be replacing both rockers, all the floor. We're gonna go get some metal to brace this guy up before we start cutting. All new firewall. I've got all that. Frames, front and rear frame. Yeah, as you can see, it is, well, you can see why they were going to crush it and get rid of it. And I'm going to resurrect this thing, just like I did this. I cut those quarters were off, doors, everything. I mean, this thing was a blank shell too, and we got it pretty good. Took a lot of work, but very rewarding. So this car will be out at Bremerton Raceway this coming year. But this is the big project. And always remember, Democrats suck. Getting the top sanded down. The tray, the dash, and the roof. And we will get them coated and covered. And everything else is going to get cut out. So just trying to preserve. We'll put epoxy on the top and the tray and all that, and the dash, and get started on some of the body. Okay guys, welcome back. We are going to use, I got this camera turned funny, a Seymour product, and this Seymour is an outstanding company. It's like a 3M company. It makes a ton of different stuff. I remember my dad using Seymour products in the 70s in his auto body shop. But we're going to do the top. Let me flip this around. We're going to do the top. Of course, that'll be covered by headliner and all that. But this makes an awesome seal. And they call it a truck bed liner, but it's not thick like that, but it's as strong. And so we're going to use that, and I'll show you when I'm done. All right, when we left off, I said we were gonna epoxy the top, sand it down. We got the top epoxied. Back tray and the dash, because those are not going anywhere. We're gonna brace, 4-corner brace it, and probably maybe cross brace it. We got the top with that real good coating from Seymour I was talking about. That's all done, sealed up till the headliner and stuff. And we're gonna get going cutting and welding those braces in, and we'll cut them to length here and weld them in, get some support for when we start cutting this thing up. Okay, we're getting her tacked in here. Let me show you. So, bracing this thing up, because I don't know where or at what point I cut something that could start to flex this thing, so this will start helping. And I'm gonna save these last 2 rods for possible other things, the trunk section to the dash. Opening this up slowly, not perfect, but we'll open this up so we can get a view of the trunk and the layout of the trunk, and then we're going to cut the trunk out and go from there, because this quarter's got to be replaced, the drop-off's got to be replaced, the trunk extension's got to be replaced. But I want to get to where I can not cut too much out at once and get some views of what I'm up against, and then I will decide what piece and what section I take out at once. So I just cut this piece just to show you how well this thing works. There you go. So we'll do a big piece here and cut this lower section off. But that's just kind of a demonstration. Okay, so you can see this is the trunk drop-off section. It's a 1-piece section, tacks in. Here's your extensions on your trunk. Of course, the quarter panel, and then our trunk pan here. So we will be leaving these drop-offs. We will replace that because we're tied into the rear, and then we'll replace the drop-offs. I might be ordering some new tubs too, so yeah. This might not work out. We have been plasma whacking. So we're going to replace these. What a piece of shit. Okay, we're inside the car here. We're going to run air hammer and peel this back section off. Hey guys, I want to show you a cool tool. Comes with all different types of dies. So I'll prep this pan for plug welding. See if I can do this one-handed. I'm going to attempt this one-handed. Horrible video. But a freaking cool tool. There you go. Terrible video, but pretty cool tool. I got it from Eastwood, and here's the different dies. They go up all the way, obviously more pressure for the bigger punches, but it's got really good leverage, and you'd be surprised. You can punch some pretty damn thick stuff. So that's one tool. I'm going to show a couple cool tools. All right, here's another cool tool. It's a flanger. It'll actually flange, but it also punches. So, oh shit, what am I doing here? So that's the flanger and the punch. It's a Harbor Freight tool. All right, we just ran the flap disc after punching our plug weld holes, cleaned up the edges here. Got our plug welds cleaned, ready. Got the whole back of this fucking car cut off. Finally stopped raining, and my girls come over to say hi. Hey, I got no suet for you. So we have made some good progress today. Got a little sketchy there. I had this whole thing cut open. But the good news is, trunk pan is in. Of course, it's only a couple tacks in there. And we got a frame rail set in, which I'm excited. And it measures perfect, because I took a bunch of measurements from this frame rail over here, wrote on underneath and measured it. But the two main points where it locks in, front and rear, on the front box there, that's pretty simple. It was just still, though, you got to make sure it's right, especially back in here. But this is just temporary, obviously, because they're going to get new quarters. But the good thing is when it's all said and done, I'm exactly 74 inches from here to the front. Same over here, exactly 74. Right now we are prepping this drop off, plug welds, and then we're gonna shim these guys right here too, so. Flange that in just a tad, so then we're gonna go